the custom witches. So talk about the custom witches and exactly what they do. And
All right. So these custom witches, they have a certain tag to them where they where every potion they throw in like a certain radius of them, that basically gets changed into another potion depending on what type of potion it is. Let me do this real quick. A little lip. Okay. Okay, so their weakness and slowness potions are being changed into their lingering weakness, slowness, and mining fatigue debuff. And then after that, they start throwing their poison 2 ones. And after the poison, they start throwing their instant damage ones.
I see.
And it's literally testing around a witch with a lingering tag, and then in a small radius around it, it replaces that potion with another.
Got it. So the witches are just throwing the normal potions that they lob, but you are converting them while they're in midair into the actual potion types. And I guess, right, and it's only the witches who are tagged with the lingering tag that end up getting the transformation. So it's only the witches that come from these spawners, and that's why the witches in the overworld don't normally do that.
Yes, they have the ones that don't have the lingering tags also get their tags changed to a shorter poison, like 40. Instead of the regular 45 seconds, it's 15 seconds. Could you please die, witch? Oh yeah, weakness. And their slowness and weakness are also changed to a mining fatigue and slowness and weakness to make that part more detrimental. Because most of the times, the slowness is literally like the particles are annoying and that's it, right? It's hard to actually be effective, so it made that worse.
Got it. I see. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember being hit by the mining fatigue at some point, and I didn't kind of piece it all together. And then there's these spooky skeletons with axes or whatever.
Yeah, the raves that I also used in Corona.
Right. I didn't even really remember them from Corona. And they've got, I think, knockback 2 axes or something.
They do actually quite a bit of damage.
Yeah. That's what people tell me. I feel like I'm not sure that one of them hit me anytime on this map. Like at that point, like I have good weapons and I have knockback and yeah, I don't remember if I ever got hit by one.
Let me actually see how much damage they do.
I would guess, given that it's an axe, that it would probably be like 4 hearts or something. Hey, buddy. Find render over here.
Health. Use it like. Okay. Hey, Ga, where are you?
He's coming. He's right over here.
Oh,
I'll fight off the witch.
Cool. I just see a witch flying by. Okay, here he comes.
Okay.
And he does 4 hearts.
Okay, that sounds about right. But yeah, who wouldn't be wearing armor at this point?
1 to 1.5, I think. So yeah, that's quite a bit of an increase in damage, yeah.
Right. But yeah, if you're in full iron, yeah, that would be more like 2 hearts, and
I'm
if you had any protection, it would be even less.
I'm normally not really a fan of just having a custom mob, and then it's basically like a zombie, but just looking different.
Right.
Like at least this one does more damage. Than, quite a bit more damage, so that they are more detrimental, and they have the knockback as well, which normal mobs don't have.
Right. Yeah, the knockback, especially in this area, because there's so many places where you could die of fall damage or fall into the lava. Yeah, was definitely... It felt like a constant threat. And yeah, I guess actually, when I was watching Preox, he almost got knocked in the lava once. Yeah, and for me, like, I didn't get knocked in the lava, but the witch killed me with the harming potion right near the edge, and I lost my good boots that fell in the lava. But yeah, you only had to cross a few times, and it was kind of 3 wide everywhere that you had to cross, and yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I wasn't putting you directly above the lava. Oh, until the final floor, there are certain parts where if a creeper explodes, like if you look right here, it's already too high. So just imagine this is lava down here. And if a creeper
Right,
explodes,
okay,
this would
got
open
it.
up. So that could become apparent. I think here as well. Yeah.
Over here with the sand, and there's a number of places where there's the sand, is it basically just for the aesthetic of this is underneath the desert and the sand is collapsed in a few spots?
Mm-hmm. It kind of strikes back on the inspiration where it came from. That one library avatar that was also under a desert and kind of sinking away.
Okay.
So that this it kind of feels like this area is slowly getting submerged into sand.
There was a chest up here, right, that just had a bow and a bunch of arrows, which there's probably some people who didn't have an infinity bow, maybe got thrown in lava or something, so that would be valuable for them. Because yeah, you definitely wanted to be ranged against the evokers and the witches.
If I really want the player to have ranged attacks, I would definitely give out like lots of arrows like in this chest.
Right.
And I feel at this point you should have quite a bit of arrows. So if you die quite a few times losing your arrows, you could at least get another 6 stacks here.
Yep, that's good. And yeah, there's like some little portions that are kind of vaguely maze-like, but for the most part it was kind of linear, steering you in one direction. There were things like this where basically, I don't think I found this. There's just like another room over here. I don't remember if I found this or not. And then there's like offensive splash potions.
Yeah, like you can see them throwing them right now. And if I jump, they go farther.
Right.
And if I do this,
if you sprint jump, yeah, they'll get even more momentum. So yeah, basically potions and ender pearls and snowballs, I guess, basically take on the player's momentum while they're being thrown. And is that relatively new in terms of Minecraft physics, or do you know?
Yeah, it's kind of new, 1.9 or 1.10, I think.
Okay.
Maybe even 1.11.
Yeah.
These wither potions are really dangerous as well.
Yeah, there's no way that I was going to touch these even if I did find them, because, yeah, one false move and you just kill yourself. But
I kind of want to give out quite a bit of these in my next map, just so the player has another type of attacking players. And I think they're fun to use when you have like a stack and you could just spam them around.
Yeah, again, it would, if Mojang would just like update their trajectory so that you could throw them farther, or like charge, like hold down the button to throw farther,
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like instead of this wimpy potion, I could have my rocket propelled snowball that goes like too far.
Right. And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can use command blocks and like change snowballs that are thrown by the player or something possibly into doing something, and then use the snowball trajectory. But yeah, it's just trying to compensate for the fact that the thrown potions just are not quite good enough to be useful.
You could discover this secret multiple ways.
Oh, tell me about how else.
I have 3 spider spawners right here.
Okay, so you could hear them.
So you could hear them. They will crawl over this wall.
Okay.
Rarely. And these bookshelves are a different color, but that's like a really faint hint.
Oh, wow. That's the type of thing that I never notice.
It's actually even harder to notice without night vision, because this is completely dark, so it's like...
Right. That's something that I'm awful at noticing in general. Like, I need to just, like, be more primed to look out for block variation. I mean, it's just like at the beginning of this recording session when we went to the Emerald by the Cookie. It was just like, hey, here's one green block against the orange. Rather than Brian's brain just thinking, oh, terrain, terracotta and terracotta. I should be using the, CTM puzzle guy's brain of, ooh, this block is out of place. There's a secret. So
And then I've put in a little, I don't know what to call these. Where I put...
monster closet is something you've called it before.
Yeah, this is
This
kind of
one
like
they
a
can walk out.
slope.
So
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
a
quite a
slope
closet.
where you don't really expect them to come from, maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's
And
just
then
stuff that keeps you on guard, basically.
Of course you notice it.
And yeah, you do that in a number of places in this dungeon. Like that won't be the last.
Mm-hmm. So we go down, and there's more maziness.
Yep.
Amazing.
And so I think that's the way forward, possibly. But let's go down this hallway first.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's like one decent item somewhere at the back of this hallway, if I'm remembering.
Mm-hmm. And while you're going through this, you have the pressure of the gas constantly peeking around.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what I like about this dungeon. It's basically like hiding around
Yeah.
walls and corners and being like,
I do
shooting at
definitely
me,
like
and
that.
running.
It gives both the player possibilities of getting cover every so often, and it also just, gives the player the opportunity that they're going to be open up to the gas, and then the gas are going to destroy the cover, so the way back might not be as easy as the way forward, and blah, 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 blah. I think were there floating sand blocks here before you just touched them?
Yes,
Okay.
that's one of my... how I put the sand, I just span brushes around them, shed it, and then just updated some.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of it would fall down, but this one peeked out because it came from the other side, so I didn't notice it
I see. Okay.
fall because it wasn't connected. Right.
Another one of these loot chests with kind of standard replenishment loot. And then I think if you come over here, there isn't really anything, and it's just filled with sand.
Wait a bit.
Because I think I was watching Briox and Travel Dog came over here. I don't remember if I came all the way through here or not.
Where are you? Oh yeah, that's one of the empty portions here.
Right.
Especially because otherwise you would be too close to the plateau right here.
Uh-huh.
And then you would basically give you a small shortcut towards this other staircase.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
So I tried to make you walk the longest way possible in this one.
Right.
Before finding the
And
staircase.
I ended up, like, once I kind of saw the pattern or whatever, like, adding some of my own shortcuts because it was easy to just chop your own staircase down through the back. But yeah, that's Minecraft.
I should have probably given at the end like a ladder way up, just as like a shortcut back instead of having the player track back through the whole dungeon.
That would be good, actually. Yeah.
Because it's just going up, so I could just add a ladder again.
Yeah. So in any case, if instead of going down that dead-end hallway to get some of the loot over there, if instead we came across over here, we would find the witches who killed me. Darn you, witches. And then that was just more potions. Yeah, I remember that. And then you come over here, and then this is one of my favorite little surprises in this dungeon. Which is you come over here, and there's more hallways, and there's more sand, and there's more of the usual spawners of the wraiths. And, there's a creeper spawner over here, which explains the creepers that you're seeing. And if you're not paying attention... Oh, it's not here. Darn it.
No, I know what you're talking about. I think that's...
It's further down.
It's on the bottom floor, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get to it when we get to it then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, more bad guys. And this was...
Okay, I forgot to add a creeper spawn right here. This looks like one of those
monster closets.
kind of slopes again.
Yeah. You
Yes,
slacker.
okay, we'll just...
Spade of Power, Sharp 4. Can you swing this extra fast or anything?
No, not really.
Okay.
It was actually kind of a joke.
Okay. I think, are there multiple of these in the map too?
There's one in the spider pit with the cyan chocobo.
Okay.
So you jump, and then you can crit again, and it's a 2-shot.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't suck. It's got sharpness, it's got looting, it's got knockback. The knockback 2, of course, is
Wait,
pretty key.
why?
Did an Invoker just drop boots? What happened there?
Yeah, he dropped boots. Oh, okay. Oh, I know what happens. Okay. Their drop for those boots is 0%, but looting at so many percent per level of looting.
I see.
So when you use looting, there's this really low chance of getting stuff.
Is that just part of their normal loot table drops, or you must have changed the Evoker
That's
loot
the
table?
custom. That's a custom loot table, or more what they are holding actually, because the boots have feather falling 4, so it's basically to
I
make
see.
them.
So it's basically the way that you've given them feather falling is to give them those boots.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So I should have been killing more evokers with looting so that I could have gotten feather falling 4, which is something I very much wanted throughout the entire map and never got.
I mean,
I think
they
I might
are
have
only leather
enchanted at
boots.
the end. Okay.
I might put projectile protection on it as well, because evokers are kind of easy to kill with bows.
Yeah, but even with projectile protection, it just makes them slower to kill. Because basically what it comes down to is every time I killed one, I was standing 20 blocks away and he didn't see me, and I just, hit him with arrows multiple times.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah. I don't... Can you change their, follow distance so they can track the player from farther?
I think it's ready on 24, 32.
Yeah, I figured it
one of
was probably
those.
already pretty high because they do sometimes do the... I don't remember the name of the attack where the stuff comes out of the floor.
They're not. I think. Yeah, they both see me now. So you got zombies, and then one. Now here they come with the tanks.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, if they hit their own zombies, they get. They the zombie becomes mad and they start bashing on themselves.
Right. Some lens playthrough, I saw that happen once.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, so it's not like they
Right.
literally kill themselves.
That's
always,
interesting, though. It didn't occur to me that the
sometimes I
evoker has
don't
an attack where he can anger other mobs. That actually... That could be really interesting. Yeah, and now he's doing the one that's just right around him too, or whatever, while he's fighting the zombie.
Yeah, and apparently that's not programmed right because it's not working. Oh, and now it summoned.
And he summoned a bunch of zombies in the wall because they're Vexes. Yep, okay.
Yeah. Oh, amazing, these mobs.
Ah.
Command trickery is indeed wonderful.
Alright. So yeah, more usual mobs.
And here's another kind of a hidden space.
I see. Yeah, I don't remember if I found that either. I might have. What's in here?
This one is
food.
empty. Yeah, just a food chest.
Okay.
This one's kind of empty, so there's no additional queue.
And I also don't remember. There's a staircase down over here. Did I come across over here? It had a skeleton spawner on already that I broke, and it had a bunch of chests.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember if I came that way or not.
And there's another closet over here.
Oh.
And even when you look up, this is the first time I did this in this dungeon, so looking up.
Wow.
This is probably not something you always notice.
Yeah, I don't think I even found the closet, much less. Oh, protection 3.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
I gotta keep my eyes open. I missed some good stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah. You didn't hit the jackpot, Brian.
I did not. That's the first chest that I'm really discouraged that I missed.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta keep my eyes open.
I want to see you redo the map now. Where you
yeah, for real. Just to get that chest.
Mm-hmm. And here we start having fun.
Right. Electrified creepers. Always good. I'm curious. Yeah. Besides the explosion, it's still, yeah, within reason. It'll help you take out some of the walls in here if you want to just kind of open things up, I suppose. Yeah, but it's still reasonable. And we still have enough floor here, apparently, that I guess it did knock one hole down to the lava.
Yeah, this is where it blew up.
I see.
So if it blew up, it would probably do enough damage to open the floor, I guess.
Okay. But it's not, like, super threatening.
Yeah, just a hole where you can get knocked into.
Right. And so there's a way to cross over here, which I know is the way forward. And so back over here, I don't remember what happens when you go this way. There's
just more witches.
I see. And then
spawning stuff behind your back.
Just the wall.
Behind the wall, yeah.
I see. If you dug through this wall, is there going to be bedrock? Is this where you get over to the wall?
Actually, I don't think I did.
I see. So if I'd realized the weird
Yeah,
shape here. I could have shortcut to the wool.
it's one of those things that you just need to know that there's something behind there.
Yeah, that's again, it was at this point, despite the fact that it was relatively kind of linear going through, I tended to lose track of what was I on the original side or the opposite side and how many levels down was I, and so I
Because
don't
you
know that
cross a
people are
few
going to
times
keep
and
track well enough to say, oh, I should be going
yeah,
down there.
it's like a cave where I'm turning around constantly.
Right, so here is the super creeper spawner that's well hidden. Yeah, and I guess it's not quite as obvious.
Oh, this is not as
non-obvious.
obvious as most sand piles contain nothing and are just there for decorative
Right.
purposes. This one is kind of harder to notice because you need to dig in quite a few blocks.
Right,
to
before you'd actually see
the
it.
spawner.
Yeah. And yeah, we got either lucky or unlucky that one spawned on the outside very obviously here. But yeah, if they spawn on the inside and just are kind of walking around the back, you'll be engaged in fighting some of the witches over here, and then they'll be sneaking up behind you. So, good times.
Oh, there's a hole.
Yep, okay. Definitely could make a hole in the lava. Alright, so I broke the witch spawner there. And yeah, more rays. That's fine.
And also just the flat terrain of this dungeon, like it's mostly flat, so it's kind of a run and gun area again with lots of stronger mobs instead of hordes of mobs throwing at you. Well, except for the evokers, they still throw hordes of mobs at you.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's not like I'm throwing a lot of spawners.
With any playtesting, like if you like took a speed potion, could you just run through this whole place with torches and light it up and kind of?
Yes. But that's also because I kind of know the area.
Right, that's true. There's enough turns
you don't
and
know
twists that
you can easily get into.
You'll get stuck with some mobs at some point, yeah, for sure.
And you would get in a dead end, and then you would have mobs behind you. And
right. Okay. So yeah, I got over here. We got super creepers. We got another evoker, and then I saw the whatchamacallit. And yeah, I just shot the whatchamacallit and got out. I wanted to get forward into the future dungeons that were going to have better loot. And so I didn't look around this area at all. Is there anything hidden in here other than the... Guess not.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's... Is there sand that I didn't update? Oh yeah, there is. Nobody knows about that. That's how it works.
Alright, but you explode this thing. And I guess it's when you explode both of them that you get the end dragon sound.
How it works is there's a purple block and the crystal is on that.
Right.
And when it explodes, the purple block gets explodified. And so that's basically the trigger is testing for air or not testing for the purple block.
I see.
And well, when that happens to both of them, the mechanism gets triggered.
I see. And I see a bedrock box down here, and so I guess the command blocks are right below it in here.
No, actually, I wanted to put it at first, but that was too far away because...
Oh, they have to both be kind of like in loaded range or something?
Yeah, that's some of the annoying things how Minecraft works. Is it actually needs to be loaded for it to be tested for.
Right.
Like I cannot test for something that's like 2,000 blocks that way.
Right. Okay.
So the command blocks are actually right in between the two.
Okay. And then the rest of the dungeon, yeah, another witch area with... Oh, I forgot that was the Durgold always here? I didn't remember that.
Huh. Yeah, there are two sets of Durgolds. And then you can finally get to the gas spawner.
Completely forgot about that. Oh, yeah, the gas spawner. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound excited. Hooray.
And another witch spawner. Durgold. And then the bridges that actually take you across to the wool area. And I think they were just like blaze spawners. Yeah, up in... kind of hiding up in the corners here. Some witch spawners. Were there creeper spawners too?
There used to be gas spawners right underneath this lava here.
Oh, that's
right,
mean.
right. So gas were constantly around when you got to this area.
That's pretty
And
mean. It's
instead,
also a little bit dangerous for the wool.
yeah, and instead of, because I think right now there were, yeah, there's one charged creeper spawner and one evoker.
Right.
It used to be where there were 2 evokers and 1 charged creeper.
I see.
So that made it even difficult.
Got it.
Because two evokers is actually quite a lot more difficult than 1 evoker.
Yeah, I can totally believe that because they can, you know, do that trap that comes out of the floor at you and...
They're glass cannons. Like, if you deal with them quickly with a bow or with a sword, they're not that much of a threat. But if you leave them around, or you have multiple...
You'll end up with hordes of zombies, and you'll constantly be taking attacks. Or having to dodge them. Yeah.
And it becomes more difficult.
I'm wool.
I personally really like the ceiling of this area. Like the archways.
Okay.
These are kind of based on like Gothic churches.
Okay.
Like the vaulted arches. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
If you look up, it's actually kind of cool to see that they're like squares with like they're all marked. Like, they're crossed out basically.
Yep.
I just like how it looks.
That's fair. I'm sure lots of other people do. I don't know. I don't have much eye for aesthetics. I'm glad you got rid of the gas spawners in the lava. I think that's pretty mean.
Yeah, this dungeon used to be just more crowded in general. And I think it's perfect right now. Like there are still quite a bit of mobs, but it's not too many.
Yeah. Yeah, and also by the time you get down here, like, assuming you didn't somehow see the wool from much earlier and shortcut your way down somewhere, like, yeah, you've been through enough of a gauntlet or whatever that you deserve the wool, in my opinion.
And this is where shit gets real. Basically, like, just here, from this point out, it gets more difficult, is the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the open world, at least this dungeon is basically where the open worldness of the map ends and the linearity starts.
Right.
With the last 3 dungeons being in chronological order.
All right, shall I do the honors?
Mm-hmm.
That is a cool sound.
Mm-hmm. I love that sound. It's...
I said Ender Dragon, but that's actually the Wither summoning sound, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Precisely that.
Right.
Oh, we forgot to show the actual barrier.
With the particles?
Yeah, and with the let me actually activate it.
All right.
Command blocks are right. I think I can activate it somewhere. How do I activate it?
There they go.
Okay.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah, and this is like something I haven't seen anybody do. Well, I Travel Dog and Preox did it because I asked them to.
They tried to dig around it.
Yeah, like it's like, hey, come on, there's sandstone here. I'm begging you to break this block. And the force field even goes through blocks.
And so, do you just like replace any air blocks with barrier blocks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I really wanted to make it feel like it wasn't just barrier blocks, but it was actually like an actual force field doing
I see.
it. And if you go around even more, you would get to bedrock eventually.
Right.
Yeah, here we go.
So yeah, I appreciate that from the point of view of it gives you an aesthetic, and so you don't have to break the aesthetic by introducing bedrock anywhere, but you still get this barrier effect that I'm sure, yeah, that ended up being a little bit to code up to make it work, and it does look nice. Definitely the enchanting table, falling runes or whatever, just look awesome in combination with that doorway.
And also just teasing you with all these gold blocks, and it's lit up, and you're just seeing down this hallway, and you can see that it goes down right there. I kind of like that of just teasing the player with like, oh, what's behind here?
What's behind
I
the
can't
door?
leave.
It's another door.
Look at all this light and gold blocks.
It's going to be completely safe because it's all lit up and there's nothing that could possibly
Mhm.
go wrong as one goes running in.